look who I'm here with, Cage the Elephant. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing very well.
Good. So you guys have a lot of Chicago connections that I want to talk about. So first off, you performed at Lollapalooza.
Yes.
How was that?
Amazing.
It's incredible, and actually, Chicago happens to be one of our favorite cities in the world.
Stop it. Are you just saying that because
No, we tell this to everyone.
To
Seriously.
everyone.
Yeah.
Literally.
When I'm in Detroit, I tell them about Chicago.
When you're in Philadelphia, you're like, Chicago's my favorite city. Is that
and Lollapalooza was actually one of the first festivals that we ever played.
It was, right? Yeah.
2007. We played the BMI stage, and Lady Gaga actually opened up for us.
Yeah.
No joke.
That was that whole thing,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
She just like went kind of crazy a little bit.
She played right before us.
That's right.
That was right before she broke really big. So that's our claim.
How cool. How cool. So that was an experience.
That was awesome, and I mean, all the Lollapaloozas that we've done in Chicago have been great. Last year was like just incredible. The crowd was massive.
Yeah.
And well, one of the first tours we did, we played the Cubby Bear in Chicago.
Sure.
And the crowd was so loud that we actually couldn't hear ourselves on stage, which
You're
was awesome.
kidding.
Yeah, which is the only time that's ever happened, ever.
Well, the Cubby Bear's kind of tight, I guess, really, because you just have the little stage there, and then if it's packed, I could see it would be really tough. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's cool. And then you guys, too, you opened for the Black Keys when you came to town. What was that whole thing like with them?
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's great. You know, those guys have become good friends of ours throughout the years that we've known them, and so it was a good tour to be on with your buddies anyways, but to be able to play Chicago on that run was
summer camp for bands.
Yeah.
When you get to tour with the band, you know, like we stay up and paint each other's toes, tell stories.
Really? And like toast marshmallows and all that kind of thing.
Oh, Pat, you're so silly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it when you cuddle me. I like to be the little spoon. No, I'm playing.
Oh, wow. I'd like to hear more about that. Okay. And now you guys too, like you said, you from the Cubby Bear. I think you had a gig too at the Elbow Room. Like you do all these kind of smaller type gigs. Talk about that intimacy, sort of being in those smaller venues, getting to do that.
I love it because there's not a lot of space between you and the crowd, and you can actually stare into people's eyes. And you know, I think that people's eyes are kind of like a window into their souls. So sometimes it's like a thing that is a very intimate connection, but it also scares the hell out of me as well.
Really?
I'm like, they're looking at me right now. They can see through me. You know, but I love it. It's like it definitely has its own vibe and its own energy for sure.
Well, it's true, because I feel like sometimes when you're just in a massive crowd of thousands, you can't really see anyone. So it's just like whatever.
Totally,
but when you're in a crowd of like at 50, 60, then you can start seeing individual faces, and then it is get a little bit scary. I think.
Yeah, for me too. The hardest rooms to play are the small ones.
Acoustic performances.
Ooh.
It's brutal.
Yeah. And you really stare at people? You just sort of like look at them as they're...
I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm trying to stare in people's eyes to make them feel uncomfortable.
Okay. I like that. Oh, that's
reverse psychology.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. Well, also too, you guys have album and everything. Tell me about it. Yeah.
Our current record is Mellophobia, which it means a fear of music. For us, it's not necessarily like an actual fear of music, as it is a fear of creating music under false pretense, or to make music to project false images of self.
Okay.
So like to want to be perceived as artistic or intellectual or, God forbid, genius, or any of those elitist titles that are have been created to separate few from many, which creative works aren't isolated to a small group of people. Everybody is creative, and anyways, that's kind of like what the name means. Part of our whole struggle, writing records has been to overcome fear-based writing. So
cool. Well, I'm very excited.
You're like, wow,
no,
that
that's
was
deep, and like I don't even know where to go from there. So I was gonna say.
That's why I was like, I don't know. I'm starting to trail off into the stars.
No, that's awesome, though. You guys are so cool, and I know you have a lot of fans, too, in Chicago, and you performed at our Blue Cross Blue Shield performance stage not too long ago, too, with XRT and everything.
Oh,
so, yeah, so we loved having you there, so thank you so much.
Sure.
And, thank you for taking the time today. Great to meet you guys.
Well, please keep having us back. We love the city.
We will, for sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.